Hi guys, glory to Jesus Christ. So this is a quick little mini update about the prison suspension situation. I don't have a lot of concrete news, unfortunately, right now, but I'll tell you what I do know. We did decide, as I mentioned in the previous video, that the Monsignor, the Roman Catholic Monsignor, who is the figurehead of this volunteer program, should be the one to bash some heads about this. This situation is a little weird because our prison ministry group is half Eastern Orthodox, so myself, my priest, another friend from church, but there's also a Roman Catholic contingent, and the Roman Catholic parish that's near the jail, they founded it. So it's kind of like their baby, and we're got our foot in the door a little bit, but their hierarch, their Monsignor, needs to be the one to do this. Now, he is intimately familiar with the prison system. He is the one who goes in and hears confessions privately when he's asked to. He occasionally comes to our Wednesday night meetings and preaches or serves a very short, like a spoken word mass. And he's a very compassionate man, but he's also going to be very direct with them. You know, he's one of these people who has a gift for neither being overly blunt and just ticking people off, but he's also not a coward, and he's also not going to, I'm sure, just bow down and let this happen. So I am going to be very excited to learn exactly what he does and how he does it. Now, if this whole situation is still in effect, next Wednesday will be the last time any of us go in and have a large group meeting with these inmates for a month. So we'll be back there in the first week of August. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, of course. I'm hoping that somehow we are able to get it across that this is not in accordance with constitutional rights here. And there's a couple different possibilities as to why this is happening. Now, the question that I've gotten more than any other about this is, Daria, why do you think this has anything to do with Ramadan? Okay? And I should have said this, and I guess I didn't, so I'm sorry for that. The reason that I'm saying that is because that's what the email from the prison said. Or the jail. It's technically a jail. I use those words interchangeably. I know I shouldn't, but, you know, whatever. This is my channel. I do what I want. So that's the institution is saying that's why. Now, that doesn't mean their statement is accurate, but that is the company line. Now, in my perception, there's three things that could actually be at the root of it. One is, yes, it's technically possible that maybe the imam demanded this and was somehow able to get it, although I cannot think of a reason why they would even want that. But it is technically a possibility. Number two is, perhaps the imam was talking with the volunteer coordinator and said something that she misinterpreted as needing all of these things to happen, and being anxious to be politically correct took this step. I don't even really think that's the case either. I have a feeling that you're right. Somebody said, do you think you could just pick up the phone and call this imam and see what's going on? I have a feeling that if I do wind up having to do that he's going to be like, no, I'm completely uninvolved with this. What are you talking about? So I think what may have happened, and this is the, believe it or not, most likely scenario in my perspective, is that it was somebody sitting behind a desk somewhere who wanted to be extremely, progressive and politically correct, and thought, well, they're going to take this opportunity to do it. Now, even that seems far-fetched to me, but I know somehow, somebody made this decision. And it doesn't make sense, does it? So anyway, that is why the word Ramadan came up, is because that's what the county is telling us. So, if I find out another reason, I definitely will let you know. It's just, right now I'm playing the waiting game. Here's the thing. Both the Orthodox Church and the Roman Catholic Church are hierarchical churches. What that means is, you gotta follow proper channels. So, for example, at my home parish, if I had a problem, I would go to our priest. And if he didn't know the answer, or if he didn't feel that he had the authority, he would then bring the problem to the bishop. Okay. Now, in this scenario, this is a prison ministry group that has been founded by a Roman Catholic parish. So the de facto, boss, the big boss man, the big boss man is Jesus Christ, obviously. But in terms of the people, us regular mortal humans, the big boss man is the Monsignor. Okay? So he is the one that needs to pick up the phone and get things done. Now, fortunately, I do know him. He is a very proactive man, and I'm sure he is not going to just accept this sitting down. But he also has a knack of being able to explain things, simultaneously being very truthful, but also being compassionate. He doesn't have to sacrifice compassion to get clarity, and that's really, really admirable. And that's something, anyone who can do that, that's a gift from God, because it's something that does not always come easily to me. So I admire that about him. And honestly, for the sake of our volunteer program, it's probably better that he does it, because I'm sure that he is a more effective communicator than I am. So, it is about 3:30 in the morning now on Friday, and I'm going to pick up the phone in a few hours, make some phone calls, and see if any of the volunteers can tell me if there's any news. So in the meantime, just please keep this whole situation in your prayers, and we pray for God's will to be done. That's all we can pray for. It's all we ever should pray for. I'm just hoping this gets resolved quickly, and I'm hoping that it gets resolved without it becoming an interfaith nightmare. Because I suspect that it has nothing to do with interfaith issues. I really don't think that's it at all. So, I guess that's why I'm trying to pick my words very carefully here, because it's extremely easy, especially where Islam is concerned. It's very easy to just blow everything out of proportion and get very, disrespectful and get angry and just, enter into polemic discussion. And that's not what this is all about. I think that the Muslim contingent in that prison is probably caught in the middle just like we are. So, let there be no doubt about that. And as for the rest of it is in God's hands. So, thank you for praying about this. It's the best thing any of us can do. Thank you for praying about it. And, for the next week or so, I probably will not be doing anything like telephoning, Fox News or contacting the ACLU, both of which are tempting. They are tempting. And if we do not get the results that we want, I might try to push for us to go that route, but I do have to wait. I have to wait for the Monsignor to do his thing first. So maybe this is God's way of teaching me patience. Anyway, thank you for praying. Please keep praying. Please keep praying. And we'll see you guys in the next clip, hopefully tomorrow, and hopefully with some good news. So until then, God bless you, peace to your soul, and I'll see you then.